Throughout the 2000s, Anna Faris reigned as Hollywood's undisputed comedy queen. By starring in hits like Scary Movie and The House Bunny, she became the most iconic face of parody and lighthearted cinema for an entire generation. Her rise seemed unstoppable, especially once she made the leap to television and proved her range as a serious, dramatic talent. But suddenly, in 2020, she walked away from the sitcom that brought her fresh fame and virtually vanished from major films. What actually happened? Was it a personal choice, or did the industry push her out? That is exactly what we are going to uncover right now. Anna Faris was born on November 29, 1976, in Baltimore, Maryland. But she grew up in Edmonds, Washington. Her parents, a sociologist named Jack and a special education teacher named Karen, encouraged her to explore her creative side from a very young age. Her passion for theater surfaced early as she staged plays with neighborhood kids, eventually landing her first professional gig at 9 with the Seattle Repertory Theater. Throughout her teenage years, she viewed herself as a total drama club geek. Even though she loved acting, becoming a movie star was never really on her radar. After finishing high school in 1994, she attended the University of Washington, earning a degree in English literature in 1999. She originally planned to move to London, but a last-minute whim brought her to Los Angeles, a move that shifted her life's path forever. Shortly after arriving in LA, she landed the iconic role that would define her career, Cindy Campbell, in 2000's Scary Movie. To fit the part, Anna traded her blonde hair for black to spoof scream queens like Neve Campbell and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Scary Movie became an instant cultural smash, turning a modest $19 million budget into a massive $278 million global box office. Anna later described the project as a total crash course in acting, admitting she had very little professional experience before the shoot. Those roles require surgical precision with timing and props, serving as the perfect training ground. Her Cindy Campbell was flawless. Anna balanced cluelessness and grit perfectly, crafting a character that was both absurd and endearing. Her effortless timing and physical skills instantly turned her into a Hollywood powerhouse. Thanks to her breakout performance, she bagged MTV Movie Award nods for Best Female Breakthrough and even Best Kiss. More importantly, she became the literal poster child for teen comedies, which led to a massive string of successful sequels. Anna returned as Cindy Campbell in Scary Movie 2, 3, and 4, spanning from 2001 to 2006. While every film she touched was a box office smash, she was far too intelligent to let herself be typecast in just one genre. She joined Rob Schneider for The Hot Chick in 2002, then took a more serious turn in Sofia Coppola's Lost in Translation. Though her screen time was limited, she proved she could handle much more sophisticated and dramatic material. Lost in Translation put her on the map, leading to bigger gigs. In 2005, she snagged a role in Brokeback Mountain and co-starred with Ryan Reynolds in Just Friends as the wildly dramatic pop star Samantha James. Anna also had a legendary run on Friends during this stretch, landing the role of Erica after Matthew Perry vouched for her. She played the birth mother of the twins Monica and Chandler, eventually adopting the final season. By 2008, Anna scored one of her biggest leading hits with the comedy The House Bunny. She then starred as Shelley in The House Bunny, playing a former playmate who becomes a house mother to a group of misfits. That particular film was a massive commercial success, raking in $70 million and proving she could easily lead a comedy on her own. The House Bunny was a major milestone because she also worked as a producer, showing she really understood the business side of filmmaking. The movie turned into a total cultural phenomenon with legendary quotes, even as she continued to explore more experimental and indie projects. She headlined the 2011 rom-com What's Your Number, alongside Chris Evans, while simultaneously dominating the voice acting industry. Her vocal talents brought Sam Sparks to life in 2009's Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and fueled multiple characters throughout the Alvin and the Chipmunks franchise. Her career reached a whole new level in 2013 when she was cast as the lead in the sitcom Mom. In her hit show Mom, she played Christy, a single parent working on her sobriety while navigating life in Napa with her difficult mother. This show marked a huge shift for her, as it used humor to explore heavy themes like addiction, recovery, and deep-seated family trauma. She showed off a dramatic range that many hadn't seen before, giving her character a raw vulnerability that really hit home with viewers. The show blew up instantly, dominating the charts and earning rave reviews. It was the career-defining role Anna needed, allowing her to balance effortless humor with deep, soulful vulnerability. Her chemistry with Allison Janney was electric, together creating one of the most authentic mother-daughter dynamics on television. Mom ran for 7 full seasons until 2020, standing out as one of the most successful comedies on the CBS network. The series finally gave Anna the industry respect as a serious actress that she had been working toward for years. However, just as Mom was hitting its peak, Anna's personal life began to spiral into significant turmoil. Back in 2009, she married Chris Pratt, whom she had met a few years earlier while they were filming a movie together. During their marriage, Chris became a massive action star, and the two welcomed their son, Jack, who was born early in 2012. In August 2017, they shocked the world by announcing their split after 8 years, ending what seemed like a perfect Hollywood marriage. Their public statement was incredibly kind and focused on their son, but the reality of the divorce was much more complex than people knew. Anna later confessed that she struggled with deep-seated feelings of competition and insecurity during her 2 marriages. Both of my marriages were to fellow actors, and looking back, I don't think we did a great job managing the professional rivalry, she shared on her podcast years later. When Chris became a global superstar while Anna primarily stayed in television, it created a tough dynamic, leading her to admit she didn't handle the constant comparisons very well. She confessed to falling short but hoped for personal growth, eventually starting a new chapter with cinematographer Michael Barrett, whom she met while filming Overboard in 2017. Barrett offered the emotional grounding she needed during that transition, yet in September 2020, she shocked the entire industry by announcing her departure from Mom before season 8. This sudden choice came just a few days before the cameras were supposed to roll again, after long delays caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. In her official press release, Anna described her 7-year stint on Mom as one of the most fulfilling and rewarding periods of her acting career. She expressed her sincere gratitude to Chuck Lorre, the writing staff, and her wonderful co-stars for making the work environment so special. Although her journey as Christy was over so she could chase new goals, she promised to keep cheering for her TV family as a dedicated viewer. People close to the production noted that her exit was quite abrupt and poorly timed, which left the network in a state of total chaos. An industry insider told the press that everyone was stunned and unhappy about her leaving, as no one wanted to see her go. Her departure felt especially heavy, because Mom had been one of the most profitable scripted hits for CBS for several years running. Quitting while the show was at its peak left many fans guessing about her real motives, though the writers eventually gave Christy a very positive send-off. The season 8 premiere revealed the character had earned a scholarship to study law at Georgetown, finally achieving her dream of becoming an attorney. That conclusion perfectly capped off a 7-season arc of intense personal growth and soul-searching. Since her time on Mom ended, Anna has mostly flown under the Hollywood radar. She had a private wedding with Michael Barrett in 2021 and has focused mainly on her podcast Unqualified, which she started back in 2015. She also released a memoir of the same name in 2017, while remaining very selective with film roles, mostly sticking to small cameos. Anna didn't just walk away from massive Hollywood blockbusters overnight. Having spent over 20 years in the spotlight, she'd already seen the best and worst of what it means to be a star. A very public divorce left her feeling drained, and becoming a mother fundamentally shifted what she cared about most in life. She chose to prioritize her son, and the pandemic eventually gave her the final nudge to walk away from her hit show. On top of that, the film industry had changed quite a bit since she was a major star in the early 2000s. The light-hearted rom-coms and family movies that were her bread and butter simply don't rule the box office the way they used to. Now 47 years old, Anna Faris has finally discovered a healthy balance between her private life and her work that actually fits her needs. She now lives a private life with her family, only considering a return to the screen if a project truly aligns with her values. Her life story teaches us some pretty valuable lessons about how Hollywood works and what success really means. Her choice to put motherhood and mental health ahead of typical career moves shows a really impressive level of maturity. Her choice to step back from the industry right at her peak really goes against everything people expect from a successful actress. Instead of just chasing more fame, she made a conscious decision to prioritize her own mental well-being and her family's happiness. For the fans who miss seeing her on the big screen, her comedic legacy is still very much alive and well. Movies like Scary Movie, The House Bunny, and Just Friends are still considered comedy classics that perfectly captured the vibe of the early 2000s. In an industry that can be so unforgiving, she found a way to stay culturally relevant while living life entirely on her own terms. Her being so honest about her own struggles has made her more relatable than she ever was at the height of her fame. That is the story of how Anna Faris walked away, proving that true success is about being authentic rather than meeting everyone else's expectations. If you like this breakdown, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more deep dives into Hollywood history, and I'll see you in the next one.